What do you want? You better start praying to Jesus, because you are a lost soul. Forget about having a relationship. If they catch you watching this nonsense, you're getting dumped faster than I am after eating Taco Bell. I mean, the show starts out pretty normal. It's just a kid getting ready to go to school in this futuristic dystopian type world, but the normalness is thrown straight out the window when he gets bulldozed with his cute nerdy girl and she leaves her underwear behind. But don't you worry, we're just getting started. Then, shaken up by this event, he continues on his way to school when this girl falls asleep on him on the train and he pulls the good old-fashioned boob grab maneuver and he almost gets decapitated for it. Then, after swiftly escaping with his life, he's still on his way to school and this girl falls down some stairs, taco bombs him, then opens up shop on his face, then proceeds to blame him for it, and then down smashes his banana like she's playing Super Smash Bros. Then, after mustering up the strength to move again, he tries to get to school and this robot trash can cops a feeling a high school girl and runs into him after taking her bra, and he has to take the blame for it. But he ignored this one because it was like the most normal of all the encounters he's had so far. But then he finds a dog behind a girl, and I definitely can't show it on YouTube, but you get what's happening, and he tries to ignore her cries for help, but as he's walking away, the dog has a change of heart for some male cheeks, and then he passes out after he's been had with. Then, shocking to us all, he ends up being late to school, and he sits down and he finds out that every single girl he had an encounter with this morning is a transfer student into his class, and the green-haired one that he had a good old feel of, that's his teacher, and they pretty much all have a gripe with him because of everything that happened this morning, and he spends the day trying to make amends with all of them, which admittedly worked out a little too well because the purple-haired one admits her love to him while accidentally flashing yet another taco and then runs away in embarrassment. The teacher pulls up on him in the alleyway and gives him the good old on his neck. The yellow-haired one pounces on him in a wedding dress and drags him to a love hotel. The red-haired one tries to apologize and make amends before the robot steals her bra right in front of him again, and the white-haired one also shouts to the entire world that she's in love with him too. And then, after finally escaping them all and making it home, he sees them all just waiting in his house for him. They hear the news for the first time from his father that they are all potential wives for him that will be moving in together, except for the white-haired one, because that's a dude that's going to be moving in with him. The show doesn't slow down either, as they all proceed to compete with one another to be the best by cooking, sitting next to him, snorkeling in his bath water, or waiting to pounce on him in his bed. I think I've made it pretty freaking clear that this show is insane, and the author apparently can't even be named on its own Wikipedia for the show to claim this word because it's just so ludicrous and bonkers. It's honestly, it's like the Kids Bop version of High School DxD if you ask me. It's just so out of pocket. It's just been nerfed down so this anime can actually be shown on like regular TV without censors out the wazoo. I mean, like, I can draw a comparison to every love interest from Love Flops to one in High School DxD. Ilya is like Kaneko because they're both quieter and shyer characters and they look very similar. Karine is like this girl because they're both more pure characters that frown on lewd things and have boundaries that they are only willing to cross from the main character, and they're both blonde. Then Naoi is like Rias, but that's really just because they're very obviously both the main love interests in their respective shows and have the most humanizing relationship with the main character instead of a very objectifying relationship with him. Then Mongfa is like Akano, where she's more daring and outgoing and arguably the hottest of all the love interests, and she's really the one everyone wants the MC to get with. And then Amalia is like Arena, where I'm not sure how badly they want to be with him or how badly they just want to be with him for some kind of benefit, and then their hairstyle is very similar too. And despite the show being similar to other rom-coms, it is painstakingly clear that this show is its own entity, and it brings a newer, very niche take to the rom-com table, and the show isn't only bringing cheap shock value either, as it has shown the capacity for a more meaningful, heartfelt, warming moments between characters to give it a more humane feeling instead of just rabid beasts fighting over fresh meat. And as much as I'm praising this show right now, I would not get your hopes up for any deep characters or character/relationship development between any of them. I very much so see this show staying at an emotional level ground zero, no one gaining any ground in the others, all characters just consistently fighting for attention, and their only personality trait being a pick-me girl with the small differences I mentioned before until the finale of the series. So if you want something meaningful, I wouldn't even start this show. But if you want to kick back with a beverage in your hand and watch some carnage being unleashed on your screen in the form of cute anime girls committing war crimes on each other in hopes of landing the MC as their husband, then this is probably going to be the show for you. I've really enjoyed the first 2 episodes myself so far, and honestly recommend that everyone gives it at least the first 2 a try, because the show is enjoyable in its cute anime girl mayhem kind of way, and it's definitely not for everyone, but it could be for you. But that's all I have for my review and first impressions of Love Flops. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, it really does help me out, and let me know what you think about the anime down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.